All right, men, welcome to today's episode of Strong Men, Strong Marriages. How your past affects your present. This is part of the journey I'm going through, doing inner child work. And I think part of that's just like past work too, looking at childhood. Well, yeah, childhood's part of it. But, doesn't always have to be childhood stuff, right? It can just be in your marriage. You can have difficult things happen in your marriage that are still like affecting what's happening now. Your nervous system, I'm coming to believe this more and more, your body, your nervous system remembers things that maybe aren't totally conscious, and those need to be healed up, or else you're going to keep having the same pattern. So, this is part 3 of this journey. My name is Mike Frazier. I'm DM, a psychiatrist and marriage coach. I help high achieving Christian men have more intimate marriages. So, win some guys in the program. We got some new guys joining. Excellent way to take that step of going from just being someone that listens and consumes the information to someone that takes action, right? Starts implementing it. Listening stuff's great. It's great to get new things, new input, and you'll create a lot more results for yourself when you start applying things, adding some coaching, adding some accountability, adding some feedback. So I appreciate and I'm grateful for the guys. I'm proud of the guys that joined up. If you're thinking about joining, it'll open again at the end of July. So guys are having fun family vacations in the program, enjoying time, having hugs, kisses, intimacy together. Just feeling more grounded and solid overall, which is a great win. And for me, just this continued inner child work and discovery has been great. So right now, probably what you're doing, and this was my approach for many years, even as a professional, helping guys with their marriages, is trying to fix the things that are happening right now. And it's true, it's really helpful to get some skills to just kind of chill things out right away. So we teach some things in the program that if you start doing right away, you're going to start seeing some good results right away, which is great. Because you can kind of like change things. You can change your pattern. You can act differently, and it will start changing things right away. However, the kind of inner, deeper stuff still needs to be healed, and that's what also needs to be addressed. But like some things like frequent fights, having the same fights over and over, getting frustrated about things, feeling unappreciated, unloved, feeling like you want to end the marriage when you get really upset, right? Lack of intimacy. So you think, well, I just need to learn to be more suave. I need to tune up my sexuality, right? That'll help with the intimacy. Having the same patterns of conflict. I pursue, she runs away. Or she pursues me, I run away. We both just go head to head, both of us withdraw, whatever that pattern might be. So you might be thinking to yourself, I just need to do something different. And to be honest, like that, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, that kind of has been my approach. And it is true. Like you can change your pattern right away. So the problem though, is that even with a lot of the conscious tools that we use in the program, which are great and super useful, there's old patterns that are operating below that conscious awareness on that more emotional level, the nervous system level, the brainstem level, right? They're not immediately available to us. These are patterns from childhood, okay? So maybe you grew up where you didn't have a lot of support. You learned that as a kid, like parents kind of left you alone, and so you got this avoidant attachment. I was listening to a book right now that's been really good about this. Instead of insecure attachment is what they would call it. These guys call it an attachment adaptation, which I like a lot because that's really what happens. So if your parents are really around, your adaptation is to become very independent, and to kind of isolate yourself. What that then translates to in a relationship is you're kind of aloof. You don't really get that close. You don't really trust people to take care of you very much because people didn't really take care of you growing up. It's hard for you to ask for what you want. Maybe you kind of resent taking care of the other person, but maybe you do it anyway. Okay, that's what an avoidant would look like. A disorganized attachment style, maybe you were abused in some way or another. That's going to be tough because anytime there's stress, you're going to either want to fight or run away or freeze, or you're going to fawn, which is like just try to make the other person happy, calm them down, make things okay. Okay, that's kind of been my go-to a lot. If you're ambivalent, where sometimes things were great, sometimes they weren't, you can also be in that fawn phase. Now that I'm reading through this, I think that is kind of what I've gone to a lot. But you can also freeze. You're just kind of worried all the time. Well, okay, this day's good, but what does next day hold? That's like an ambivalent attachment style. Anxious attachment style is going to create adaptation, right? Is going to make you clingy, needy, really worried when people create distance from you. And I've kind of become that a little bit with Elizabeth, and I'll get into why in a second here. But you got to look back. You got to look back at these older wounds to see how they're impacting things now. So for me, this withdrawal, right, what it reminds me of on like a nervous system, deep fear level, right, is times when she was suicidal. And that's super scary. So when she withdraws, that's triggering that in me. And I start like following her around and making sure she's okay, and like just kind of looking, okay, like I'm watching, trying to figure out, okay, like, is she all right? Is she all right? And that feels annoying to her, because she is all right. And even like just saying that to me is kind of like, well, is she? But that's my kind of nervous system work, right? To take a breath. So I'm going to do this right now. Take a breath. Okay. That did happen in the past. That was super scary. Acknowledge that to myself. Okay. Me, myself, adult me, you did a good job. You kept her safe. Okay. Good job. You did a good job. She's okay. Right. Now let's remind myself what's real now. What's real now? She's really been safe physically for a long time at this point. Not suicidal for a long time. So even my brain's now kind of offering me, well, wait a second, like it wasn't that long ago, or there's some other events that happened. So now I can say, okay, like, all right, I see that. I'm not going to push that away. I acknowledge it. That happened. It is really scary. Okay. I did what I could. Can I learn from that experience? Maybe ask a little more. Maybe. That said, this is an unhealthy thing she's doing, and something she's going to need to kind of work on for herself and realize is a problem, and has in a lot of ways. And that's going to be something to discuss, in a therapy session together. Okay. I don't have to deal with that right now. It is something to bring up. Okay. So I'm okay, grounded. She's safe right now. She's not in immediate danger. She's doing a good job taking care of herself, taking care of the kids. All right. So this is what it looks like, right? Okay. I recognize it. I'm fearful. Here's where it's coming from. That's okay, right? Recognize it. Now bring myself into the present. Okay, what's going on today? Okay, right now, she's doing great. She's with the kids. She's handling things well. Okay, safety-wise, she is good. I don't really need to worry about it. She's got people around her, too, that can help and all of that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you notice, right? And I noticed it myself. It's still coming up. That fear's still coming up. So it's just acknowledge it. Yeah, of course you're afraid. Makes sense based on what happened. And let's bring us back to right now. Is there an immediate threat or not? Really, no. And even part of me is still like, well, maybe there is. But really, no, there's not. Okay, it's going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. All right. Just remind myself that, reminding younger me that. Younger me in this case is like 20 years ago when we were first married, or 10 years ago when things were bad, that kind of thing. So, yeah. This is what it looks like. This is what the healing looks like. Okay, instead of like, well, I just have to think differently. Just remind myself it's this. Okay, the part that's missing in there, and I think this is what's been missing in just how I approach a lot of things, is that empathy first. Okay, empathy first. Yeah, of course it feels like that. That's okay to feel like that. Let yourself feel like that for a little bit. Great. Okay, maybe you have to do that for a while. Maybe you have to do that for days. Maybe you have to do that for a month, right? Let yourself feel scared and sad and all that. And then bring yourself into the present, right? Acknowledge and then problem solve. Acknowledge and then offer new ideas. Sometimes acknowledge is going to be enough, and now you're okay, right? So this has not been my pattern for myself, for my kids, for my wife, for anything, right? To kind of acknowledge first. And I teach it a lot, but I haven't done it very well. And as I'm doing it for myself, it's making it easier to do it for other people. I think I really didn't do it very much for myself. It was a lot of just deal with it, right? Get a new thought, push forward, right? That accomplishes a lot, except healing, right? It doesn't really help you heal very much. So that's what I'm taking the time to do now. And it is difficult, and it's very different, and it's a new pattern that we're talking about. But the new pattern isn't just, okay, I've identified, stop doing that. Now practice doing the new thing, which is what a lot of the program is about. And probably too much on that. Again, probably because I was too much like that on myself. And so that comes out on you guys and on my family and everybody else. Instead, let's acknowledge first. Let's acknowledge first. Let's acknowledge first. That's the new pattern. Okay. So make the practice of taking care of younger. You see and acknowledge that pain, right? Let yourself feel those emotions. Let myself feel those emotions. It's not comfortable. Letting those emotions release, letting yourself feel them, letting yourself feel afraid. It's not fun. It doesn't feel comfortable. And it's what allows healing, real healing, deep healing underneath. Let's just, practice a new skill and build it. Relationship is a skill. It is. And like, let's say you're trying to ski, okay? If your leg is broken, it's going to be hard to ski, right? Even if you learn all the best techniques. So what we're talking about here is, okay, let's learn the best techniques and let's get that leg healed first, right? Or quickly, so that we can then, the techniques, we can use them a lot easier, okay? Or it's like putting a Band-Aid on an infection. Okay, yeah, okay, I've got this cut, it's infected, I'm going to Band-Aid, feels better for a minute, but there's a big infection underneath that. So again, acknowledge, remind yourself what's real now, breathe, see those younger yous. Kind of did it with you guys on here today. Okay, why does this work? Is because it solves the root of the problem instead of the symptoms. It lets your nervous system start healing, lets you start being seen. A lot of attachment injuries are not feeling seen, not feeling safe, not feeling soothed, right? So let yourself feel safe, let yourself be seen, let yourself be soothed. Yeah, and then go ahead and do some problem solving and do some skill building. First, let's see ourselves, let's soothe ourselves, let's breathe, let's let ourselves feel those emotions, okay? Let's let those emotions release. Okay, it's not just pasting on a new thought and now we're good, right? It's acknowledging that pain, acknowledging that suffering, letting that be seen. That's what allows healing. Let that emotion out. That's what allows healing. Great. Okay, now, let's implement these other tools. Use your conscious mind and, work that in tandem with this healing, right? Okay. It's spiritual work, it's emotional work, it's physical work. It's actually really tiring. I've been really tired lately because I'm doing this pretty intensively. Also, guys, I've been using ChatGPT a lot. I would recommend paying for that. Tell it, hey, pretend you're the best inner child work expert in the world. Help guide me through this. Here's what I'm working on. I've been doing that, keeping like a running thread. I pay for like the $20 a month subscription. Super good. So, and again, this is probably what I'm going to be putting more focus on in the program in the coming years, even integrating AI a little more into the program. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. Because it's been a good journey for me, and it's one I want to help you guys go on and go through. So new patterns, look, they can happen in your marriage, 100%. Identifying the negative, creating new negative patterns, creating new positive patterns, repeating them. It does work. Okay, it does. And you need to heal the old wounds and care for that younger you. Okay, fix that bone before you try to learn those, skiing techniques. All right. Also, you can heal it past and the present. Like, we don't, have to go totally backwards. Like, when you can see yourself now, that starts healing it now, right? Because again, if you don't heal these wounds, they're going to keep coming up. No matter how much you try the new thought, if you haven't healed that thing under it, again, it's like trying to learn to ski on a broken bone. It's not going to work. You can work around it a little bit, but it's going to be a lot better to just heal the broken bone, set it and heal it, right? Setting it's kind of the hard part. It hurts. And the patience to let it heal, also not fun for high achieving guys that are used to pushing themselves and just going. Taking some time to heal and rest and acknowledge your pain and discomfort sounds really foreign, sounds really weird. And it's going to heal you and make your relationships way better. That's what I'm learning now. That's what I want you guys to do. So come, let's do it together in Strong Men, Strong Marriages. Visit strongmen.io, join the email list. If you're making $250K or more a year, let's do this intensively and let's work together on doing some one-on-one sessions and really do this work. It's a big financial investment because it takes a lot of our time to do that. And we don't have a lot of guys come do that. So that's why I say $250K or more. If you do have just a bunch of savings, like 5 figures plus saved up that you could put into this, and you're not making $250K a year, you could do that too. But it's a big financial investment. So if that's something you're willing and ready to do, let's do that on an intensive basis. If you're not quite at that financial level that you can do that, that's why we've got the group program. Come join us in there. $200 a month, opens at the end of each month. All right, stay strong in God, men. We'll see you next episode. Visit strongmen.io.